Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja. Time for news on the hour.
King Charles takes oath of office as British monarch. Court orders final forfeiture of recovered loot from former JTF commander. Good evening. It's a warm welcome to Citizen FM News at 6. I am Bolawala Makinde. King Charles III was crowned today in Britain's biggest ceremonial event for 7 decades, a sumptuous display of pageantry dating back 1,000 years. In front of a congregation of about 100 world leaders and a television audience of millions, the Archbishop of Canterbury, the spiritual leader of the Anglican Church, slowly placed the 360-year-old St. Edward's crown on Charles' head as he sat upon a 14th century throne in Westminster Abbey. The historic and solemn event dates back to the time of the 74-year-old's predecessor, William the Conqueror, in 1066.
Are you willing to make, subscribe, and declare to the statutory accession declaration oath?
I am willing. I, Charles, do solemnly and sincerely, in the presence of God, profess, testify, and declare that I am a faithful Protestant, that I will, according to the true intent of the enactments which secure the Protestant succession to the throne, uphold and maintain the said enactments to the best of my powers, according to law.
His son, Prince William, and the Archbishop of Canterbury were on hand to pledge loyalty to the newly crowned king.
I, Justin, Archbishop of Canterbury, will be faithful and true, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, our sovereign Lord, defender of the faith, and unto your heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
I, William, Prince of Wales, pledge my loyalty to you, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, as your liege man of life and limb. So help me God.
For a nation struggling to find its way in the political maelstrom after its exit from the European Union and maintain its standing in a new world order, its supporters say the royal family provides an international draw, a vital diplomatic tool, and a means of staying on the world's stage. The Presidential Transition Council has disowned the program of events for the presidential inauguration currently in circulation on the social media, describing it as fake. Boss Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Chairman PTC, said this in a statement made available to newsmen on Saturday in Abuja. According to Mustafa, the inauguration committee of the council has reached advanced stage in its preparation for the peaceful and orderly transfer of power on May 29. He disclosed that the approved program of events would be unveiled at a World Press Conference scheduled for Thursday, May 18. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has ordered the final forfeiture of the sum of 293 million naira, 6 parcels of land, and 30,000 MTN shares recovered from a former commander of the Military Joint Task Force, Operation Polo Shield, in the Niger Delta, Major General Emmanuel Atewe. Justice Chukweje Aneke on Friday made an order for the permanent forfeiture of the assets to the federal government following an application by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. EFCC lead counsel Rotimi Oyedepo had brought the application before the court for the final forfeiture of the assets without conviction pursuant to Section 17 of the Advanced Fee Fraud Act 2006. And Section 44 2B of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria as amended. The Anambra State government has sealed off the St. Norbert Hospital, Amesie in Awka local government area of the state over alleged illegal and unprofessional medical practices and conflict. A team of officials from the State Ministry of Health, led by Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, sealed off the facility after thorough background investigations uncovered the illegal activities carried out by one of the doctors currently on the run. According to Obidike, a manhunt has been launched by security operatives to apprehend the fleeing doctor. Commissioner for Health addressed journalists shortly after the sealing off of the facility on Friday and restated that the state government was committed towards a fight against all forms of quackery in the health sector. The Nigerian Conservation Foundation, NCF, says protecting biodiversity can lead to improved public health, greater resilience to natural disasters, and economic growth. According to it, taking action to address these challenges is not only a practical necessity, but also a moral and ethical obligation to save the planet and secure a sustainable future for generations to come. A statement signed by Mr. Oladapo Shuneye, NCF Communication Manager, on Saturday said it was consequent upon this that the NCF would discuss climate change and biodiversity loss at the 21st Chief Lawal Edu Memorial Lecture. The lecture would have its theme as Humanity and the Twin Crises of Climate Change and Biodiversity Loss. According to it, the theme of the lecture is germane because of the phenomenal impact of the twin crises of climate change and biodiversity loss to mankind. Ahead of the June date for inauguration of the 10th National Assembly, elected senators on the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC continued last night with their horse trading. At the meeting held at the Ebonyi State Governor's Lodge in Abuja, host David Umahi stepped down for Senator Godswill Akpabio in the race for the office of Senate President. He made the disclosure at the end of the closed-door meeting. Two other contenders for the ticket were also at the enlarged meeting. The senator representing Borno South, Ali Udume, and his counterpart representing Kano North, Barao Jibrin, also announced that Senator Akpabio, who won last February's National Assembly election to represent Akwa Ibom Northwest, is their consensus candidate.
My brother came on consultation with me, but yesterday I saw the president-elect on his invitation, and he told me that he's already committed, and he said, please don't run. And I accepted, and I stepped down for my brother, Senator Akpabio. He's my consensus candidate.
As you can see, I'm leading the campaign for Akpabio because he is the president's preferred candidate, and we have to put the interest of the country, the party, above any other interest.
A former Chief of Army Staff and Minister for Interior, General Abdurrahman Dambaso, has assured Nigerians that the planned inauguration of President-elect Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29th will go according to plan. Dambaso, who was speaking to reporters in Abuja, says Nigeria has a president-elect and anyone dissatisfied with the result of the election should be in court by now. Dambaso said the president-elect will stick to his campaign promises and fulfill them.
I expect that everything will go on peacefully, and the president-elect will take over and continue from there. Of course, you know that he has already laid down his plans in the manifesto Renew Hope 2023, which contains the action plans, and everything that he needs to do is there in that document, and I'm sure you must have seen it. So the expectation is that things will be much better.
In foreign news, Saudi Arabia hosted the first face-to-face talks on Saturday between the warring armies in Sudan after several ceasefires broke down. A joint U.S.-Saudi statement welcomed the start of pre-negotiation talks in Jeddah between the Sudanese army and paramilitary rapid support forces. On Friday, reports spoke of continuing clashes in Khartoum. The Sudanese army says the talks address humanitarian issues. Meanwhile, a group of countries is set to request an urgent meeting of the United Nations human rights body on the Sudan crisis next week, a document showed on Friday, in a move that rights activists hope will increase scrutiny of violations by rival military factions. The letter, dated May 5th, showed that Britain, the United States, Germany, and Norway are set to ask the Council's president to convene a meeting to examine the surge in violence in the country since May 15th. Diplomats told Reuters that they had the backing of at least a third of the 47-member council as required by its rules. A UN spokesperson said the letter had not yet been received and Sudan's diplomatic mission did not immediately respond. In sports, Nigeria's Golden Eaglets will aim to book a spot in the quarter-final of the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations when they take on South Africa. Coach Nduka Ugbade's side were heartbroken following the 0-1 loss to Morocco in their second Group B game on Wednesday. While they dominated proceedings in the encounter and missed a couple of chances, an early own goal sealed their fate for the day. Now, on the log with 3 points, the Nigerians take on South Africa's Jamimbos in their last group game on Saturday. Their opponents are on the same level but trail them on an inferior goal difference. And now, before we end Citizen FM News at 6, here is another look at the highlights. King Charles III has taken oath of office as the British monarch. The courts have ordered final forfeiture of recovered loot from former JTF commander. And that has been Citizen FM News at 6. I am Bolawala Makinde. The news was edited by Lawrence Umwete. To listen to us online, please visit www.citizenfm.ng. Follow us on social media, Facebook at Citizen FM Abuja, Instagram at Citizen FM 937, and Twitter at Citizen FM 937. Good evening.
Looking for the best in news update?
Yeah, man.
Listen to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Now listen. News on the hour, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast. Al Umma Orphans Foundation is opening a new orphanage at Dakwa Ibira Quarters in Abuja and needs your help. Our orphanage needs donations of clothes, furniture, food, books for orphans. You can send cash donations to Al Umma Orphans Foundation, Jaiz Bank, with the account number 000-329-3195. Drop off in kind donations at Uthman bin Affan Masjid, Wuseitu, Abuja, or at the orphanage. For more information, visit our website www